Hey, I'm Scott.
Oh, hey, I'm Jackson.
Nice. Yeah, I'm Brittany's husband.
Cool, cool. I'm Michaela's husband.
So,
Yeah. Big shout out to the four of you that listen regularly and the other 4,996 of you that listen sometimes. So thank you. Big thank you.
today we have three cameras set up.
Yeah, I don't know which one to look
One,
at.
two, and three. Just look at me.
3, 2, 1.
Just look at me.
Okay.
Just look at my eyes. Just keep them here. Okay. Just kidding. Just look wherever you want. Okay.
Oh
Wherever.
man.
Whoa. Okay, pardon the interruption, everyone. Just as a quick heads up, from now on to the next 20 or so minutes, you may think to yourself, wow, this audio is really crappy. It sounds like they're recording in a tunnel, and I can hardly hear what Scott is saying. And you'd be right in thinking that. And I apologize, but my microphone may have become disconnected in the first couple of minutes. Rookie mistake, I know. Granted, we are rookies at this, but I will do better next time. Now we'll get back to the episode, or if you don't feel like doing so because we aren't funny or you can't hear, we understand, and we hope to catch you next time.
So, real quick, guys, update. We went and did Michaela's birthday. Harry Potter party.
We did
And I can be 100% honest when I say that my favorite part was when Scott and I decided we wanted to go into the hot tub. We thought it went out at nighttime and went into the hot tub and just hung out for a little bit. Oh, it was great.
Yeah, that was good.
It was so calming and nice.
We needed to just
Oh, yeah.
escape for a second.
Oh, for sure. And that's normal.
Just ditch it.
I mean, I loved everyone that was there, and I was just, my brain was like, you need to go look at the sky.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I need to go look at
And
the
it
sky.
was beautiful.
It really was. We
No
turned the
light
lights off in the
pollution.
hot tub. We may have kissed. We didn't kiss. No, we didn't kiss.
We may have.
But then our wives came out and hung out with us too for a little bit. That was fun.
Yeah, people followed. So.
Yeah,
It was amazing.
it was crazy. Maybe we'll send some footy to Scott so that he can throw it up on the socials.
We'll
Guess.
throw up some pics real quick.
Scott is, by the way, an absolutely killer Draco Malfoy. He is one handsome devil.
Don't
One
look
handsome.
a lot like him.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. You looked handsome.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was great. I liked it a lot.
Thank you. Yeah, it was. I was Draco as if he had just buzzed his hair and grew out his facial hair a little bit more, but.
And went back to Hogwarts a few years after for the
Maybe,
10-year
yeah.
anniversary or whatever.
10-year reunion.
10-year reunion
Yeah.
at Hogwarts.
Exactly.
No, it was too good. It was a blast. I have a huge shout out to all the homies that helped me, including Scott, who made one of the coolest things ever. He made a self-pouring potion machine that did splash everywhere, but
It was a
still
mess.
worked.
If
though.
you've seen it on Instagram or anywhere, anyone who's watching or listening to this, it's a mess. It looks flawless the way they make it on Instagram.
The cauldron's
It's
too small.
It's oh my gosh, that's such a cool decoration, and it really is. But it takes some finagling, and it will drench your table.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I haven't heard
Really
anything
fun,
from the
though.
Airbnb people, so obviously nothing was
Good.
damaged.
Yeah, we
which was
covered our
good.
tracks just
Yeah.
well enough.
The thing I didn't realize while we were there is the cauldron is just too shallow.
I think
it
that's what
splashes
I think that might
everywhere.
be what it is.
But
Just
it was-
a bigger cauldron.
It was
that
so
we-
cool though. It was so cool. Anyway, yeah, we had a good time. This is your friend's husbands, and our wives know each other.
And our wives and our
Well, here's the thing. It's our wives know each other now, but I've become friends with Scott, so it doesn't matter that our wives are friends anymore. They don't care. I'm gonna go hang out with Scott for the day.
We got to bring on some other friends' husbands.
Yeah, we can do that.
We can bring on some guests.
Yeah, you should bring your friend that I don't know, so I can get to know him. We can play
Yeah.
Choose the Line, and I'll
Yeah.
bring a friend that you don't know.
Yeah.
That actually sounds fun.
We should.
You're welcome, world, for our media.
Another time. We will get to that.
But here's a fun game.
Show me.
Yeah. What do you guys think's coming next? You. What do you think's coming next? It's 2 truths and a lie. Here we go.
I have mine so prepared.
I have mine ready too. So prepared is not the words I would use. Mine are definitely 2 truths and a lie. That's the extent of it.
Are you gonna go first?
Yeah, I'm gonna go first.
Okay,
Hey,
go.
you went first last time. I mean, I believe so. The last episode I listened to, you went first.
I think so.
Okay. And then I have a fun little game. It's not big, but it'll be fun. We'll do it later, though. All right, so my two truths and a lie are my dad and I share a middle name. I am named after my grandpa and an ex-NBA player. My last name in German and oops, that's bad. My last name in German loosely translates to farrier or horseshoe maker.
I could get on board with the German. What's the definition
Of my last name, yeah.
I could get on board with that. You and your dad share a middle name. I guess that could be true. What's the middle one again?
The middle one is I am named after my grandpa and an ex-NBA player. He played for the Chicago Bulls.
Okay, you're getting real specific there. Maybe you don't share a middle name.
I share a middle name with my dad.
Okay, all right.
My middle name is King. It is my grandmother's maiden name. The lie is my last name translates to farrier. My last name means like farmer on a hill or farmer of the field. That's like the closest. Yeah, it's like farmer or rancher. My family was. I'm not, for sure, definitely not. And then, yeah, I am named after my grandpa Jaxon, and my dad happened to be watching the Bulls game, which I think they were playing the Suns. I don't really know. Sports, not me. And he looked up and saw this dude named John Paxson, Paxon, and he's like, Jaxon.
And
he pointed at me and said, "You are Jaxon." And I said, "Yes, Father."
Wow.
Yes, that's what happened.
Yes, Father.
Yes, Father. Yeah, no, that one was a tricky one because I thought of all the name things and I'm like, I do have a
You did have a
weird
theme.
name.
Yeah, you
I have
have
a
a theme.
like, yeah. My name's pretty unique. I love searching my name in my company because I'm the only person that's Jax. And I look at my boss, who's Eric, and he types it in. There's like 40 of them.
Yeah,
I'm like, ooh, that's nice.
It is a unique way. Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Scott's turn.
Here we go. I've been stranded in the middle of Lake Tahoe on a jet ski.
Oh man, the light
Our
went
light
off.
went off.
We need to set a timer.
Cool.
Timer light. If he's
It's
gonna put it in
amazing.
post right here, it's gonna go
It's
ding,
amazing.
ding, ding, and it turned off at this time. I don't know why. That's a lot of work for him, and I feel bad now.
We don't need to do that. It's fine.
Don't do that.
You won't even notice the difference probably.
Maybe we should use
We've
the
got
my
a few
light
lights.
that never goes off
We're using it. It's over there.
in the front.
Maybe next time. I just didn't think.
Yours
that
is
far.
brighter for some
I didn't
reason.
think that far.
No, you're good, dude.
Okay, I'll go back. I've been stranded in the middle of Lake Tahoe on a jet ski, and I had to be rescued by a sailboat. Okay.
Just stop.
That's the first one.
Pause. Whenever someone makes,
Pause?
just real quick, I hope that's true because if someone ever makes a biopic of your movie, that is the opening scene. It is just you on a jet ski looking mega bored, and it zooms out slowly, and then you see a sailboat creeping its way over to you. That is my dream of your biopic. Okay, go on.
Okay, the next one. I've never been out of the country.
Oof, that's a good one if it's a lie.
And then I've been in a major hurricane before. Like I was living in
I
an
believe
area
you
where a
have
hurricane-
been out of the country. I believe you have left the country. And I think that you've never been out of the country is a lie. Am I correct or incorrect?
You are correct.
I am? Where'd you go?
Yeah. I have, well, I mean, the most valid is when I went to England with my
Correct,
parents.
yes.
We went to the UK, and then we went to London, and then we also went to Scotland as
Didn't
well.
you go see Wimbledon?
No, yes, I did. Yeah, that's a. I have the dumbest memory. Like, I have a good memory, but then I also have like a dumb memory.
No, you're comparing. So, tell me your story, and then I'll
Okay.
tell you this weird thing that Michaela and I have realized in our marriage. Go on.
We did not really go to Wimbledon to see the event take place. We just went to the place to
Is it called a
look
stadium?
and have a tour of it. And I guess
is it
you
called
could
Wimbledon
call
Stadium?
I would have to check that. I don't know if it's called stadium per se, but
And is it called the tennis court? COURT?
I think over there it would be like with an E at the end, but
Corte.
Corte.
That was, yeah, that was
Let's get out of the Corte.
But I've done this on our call. Yeah.
Yeah, but we went on a tour, and it was when it was just grass. There weren't any lines painted on it or a net or anything. It was just kind of, they were just making the grass nice. But yeah, we went over there.
Was it like, okay, you like tennis?
I do.
You very much like tennis.
Very much.
Was it one of those things that you're like walking around and it's like everything was just cool and exciting?
Yeah.
Cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
It's a very neat thing to go over there.
I do love that it wasn't disappointing. Because some of those things suck. Like when you're really into something, you go do that thing, or you go there, and it's like, underwhelming for sure. I'm glad it wasn't for you.
But it was sad. I mean, it would be even cooler if I like went to a match. That
One day.
would have been like amazing.
I'll remember this, and Michaela will front the bill for you to go off of commitment.
Yes.
Yeah, she got you.
Yes. Oh, and then I'll have to circle back to the jet ski one.
I
made it. I embellished a little bit just to make it funnier. But I have been stranded on a jet ski before.
Was it Lake Tahoe?
It ran out of gas on Lake Tahoe.
Oh yeah, that dance.
And my brother-in-law like has wanted to come back around and rescue me. I made it sounded like I was totally like in the middle, like stranded and like.
How far from shore were you?
Not far at all. It was. I mean, I definitely couldn't like stand, but I wasn't super far. If I needed to, I probably could have like paddled my way somehow, but it would have taken a very long time.
Oh, that's amazing.
It was.
Yeah, no, for either the movie or the sitcom based on your life, it will start. Yep, that's me. Just
Yeah.
kidding.
Probably wondering how I got here.
Oh, I love that. That was a good lie about going out of the country, because that's one of those truths that's like right on that edge. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, if you say I went out of the country, it's like, oh yeah, I left the continental United States and I went to Hawaii.
Went to Rocky Point.
Yeah, I mean that's still technically out of the country, but yeah, it's,
But like,
They went to England.
It almost doesn't count.
yeah, you like out of the
I
country.
went out.
Yeah, the furthest I've gone, I believe, is the Dominican Republic.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I've been to Mexico, Cancun, which I think we're maybe gonna go back next year.
You ever been to the Bahamas?
I have not.
I've been to the Bahamas too.
Yeah.
I still don't really count it as out of the country.
Is it a territory? Is it a territory technically of the United States?
I think it might be.
Yeah. Good for them. What is the territory status, Bahamas? Proud of you.
Hey, good
Yeah.
job.
So back to the thing that me and Michaela realized in our marriage. We don't love each other. Just kidding. Totally kidding. No, it's so in every relationship there's a rememberer and a noticer. I know that those are dumb names, but it's the best way that we can explain it. So I can sit here and tell you the exact date that we first started dating, the date that she broke up with me, the date that we got back together, the date we got engaged, and like all of those things. I can remember. She doesn't remember the year usually. She's like, I think it was 2016. That's about as far as it goes for her. But she's a noticer, and in our house, like she'll notice when something might be like slightly out of place, and she'll just fix it. And for me, I think that everything is just constantly good and great around the house when it's not. Or she'll notice that maybe I was a little bummed about something that I didn't voice because it really wasn't that detrimental. But she'll notice that I was bummed about it, and she'll do something to like help me feel better about it. And so I've started to like sit back and kind of like watch different relationships, and the aspect of like rememberer and noticer does correlate. I don't think everyone is rememberer or noticer. I'm sure there's other versions of it too.
Yeah.
But
that's what it boils down to.
yeah, it's
two
remember.
main things.
And so yeah, I will.
Interesting.
I have a dumb, not a dumb brain. I have a very particular brain for things that really don't have a lot of help and weight to them.
Well, I mean, I think maybe sometimes that's just men.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think that's
very
just
fair.
husbands sometimes.
Oh, I love it so much.
That's why you're watching your friend's husbands right now.
You're learning a bunch of stuff. Man, it's so distracting with all the blinking red lights. It's like bing, 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 bring, blah, blitz.
It's a little,
It's
little
new.
different.
We're stepping up the game. And by we, I mean literally Scott. All I did was bring the camera.
The production value is going up.
Yeah.
Hopefully you feel that way.
Oh my gosh, a little fun thing here. So remember how I told you about our maintenance guy and how he just says hello?
Yeah.
He's just always like, have a good day. Like,
I want to use a picture of him as like our album art.
Gonna put him right back here.
Yeah. What do you know his name? I bet it's someone like George or like Johnny or like just one of those names that's like you talk to him, you're like, this dude's just nice.
Yeah. I'll try to get a picture of him.
Me too. You want to be on the internet?
He probably would be down, but I saw him a few days ago, and I was like walking behind him, and still like
He didn't see you.
No, he did. He still turned around. He was like, "Have a good day."
It's fantastic.
And like he just knew someone was behind him. He just had to turn around and say.
That's so good.
And then today I was in Walmart, and
You saw him out of his normal habitat.
Out of his habitat, and he was just at the store.
And Wild, have a good day,
I
man.
thought maybe he would recognize me just from the complex, but I get that's a lot to ask because there's a lot of people.
Yeah, you're not
in
that
this
special.
life, and there's a lot of people here.
He covers quite a bit of
so
ground.
I get that he wouldn't just like know who I am. But I was just walking by and I was like, oh my gosh, really? And so I waited to see if like he would look in my general direction, and he did. And so I just gave him like a little wave of hey. And he's like, hey, how's it going? So like I don't think he knew who I was.
Let me see if you have to go. Hey, let's see what he does.
I do need to. Maybe I should have just said have a good day.
Oh man, I think he may
happened.
have immediately picked up that you would be here. That's
kind of funny though.
I like that a lot.
I just had to share it. But
Oh man.
question for you.
Yeah, what up, my man?
Okay. So this week I was at work. It's a little preface here.
Work.
And my coworker and I were like, you know how like you have those moments where it's like like something upsets you enough, you're like, that really grinds my gears.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
Just like that phrase. Have you ever just like sat there and tried to come up with like more analogies like that? More things that
really grinds my gears.
And you're just like, you're just sitting there thinking, you're like, that just really.
That soda's really flat.
That just
is one that I've thought of before, where it's like it's still okay, but it's not as good as it could be.
That just
soda's
flattens my tire.
Yeah, that soda's too flat.
That just clogs my toilet.
Clogs. Wow.
That just
clogs my toilet's a bad one.
that really unties my shoe.
That really unties my shoe is good. So along those lines, I've never been the dude to like wish ill upon anyone. Sometimes I get upset and I wish minor conveniences on people, and so I'll think about it and be like, man, I hope that person's battery in the remote dies way too often. like that's one of the ones that I think of. But I've never really sat down and tried to think of like, are they called idioms? Or like sayings?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Really
You
grinds
could be
my
right.
gears.
You could be right on that.
Because there's
It really
one like,
jams my drawer.
or like look at the cut of his jib. I like the cut of his jib, and those are called idioms, like the cat got your tongue.
Okay.
So I think grinds my gears is a good one. I like this idiom thing.
Sometimes it's entertaining
Oh, it is
just to
very
sit
fun.
there and try to like just figure out random stupid things.
Look at the stains on my shirt.
Yeah, exactly.
But like
That
there should be
really-
some good ones too, right?
That really turns off the light when I'm trying to read.
Man, that's really like a $20 in your pocket you forgot about. I don't know, like the good ones. I don't know. That's a fun, entertaining way to look at life. Oof.
It's just fun.
Oof.
It's dumb, but it's
No,
fun.
I like it a lot. That's good.
Yeah.
That's
So
very
me and my coworker, we just like.
Did you come up with
We
something?
just
Did you write
kept
any
going
down?
back and forth.
Did you write any down?
I didn't,
Oh, that's okay.
but it was just so much fun.
Yeah, no, that's
Those are
fair.
some that just came to
That's
my
that's fair. That's a fun little way to
Just
look at something, especially
just-
past time.
It's a fun way to try to like bring a little lightheartedness into
Your super grueling hard workplace.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to talk about his workplace, but it is customer service based.
It's customer service really. It's
All
really
y'all homies out there that work customer service businesses, that work in retail, my hat is off to you.
so sorry. You
'Cause-
have to do that.
Proud of you. That super sucks. All right, I have a fun game for you. You want to hear my fun game?
Yeah. Here.
We're gonna make a movie.
We're gonna.
Yeah, we're gonna play. It's kind of like a Mad Lib style. We're gonna come up with a couple ideas, and we're gonna try to find a way to connect them all, and then think of a fun movie. What happened?
Is yours still going? Thank goodness.
I don't know why mine hasn't been going.
Potatoes.
Well, now you guys are hearing my voice. I think it was going and then it stopped.
Did you run out of storage space?
Now it's going. No, it just somehow stopped.
So we just had a couple seconds of a no-go?
We just have a little bit of time that the audio is going to be a little bit different for me.
That's fine. And
it'll come right back. It'll just be from that instead of this microphone.
Listen,
Sorry.
guys. We're not professionals. I know we have 3 cameras and standing mics and great-looking chairs, and soon we're going to have art of
really
Have
cool.
a Good Day Man behind us. But in reality, we're amateurs. And by we, I mean mostly me, because Scott does pretty much everything else, because he's the man. He's the plan.
We're making a movie.
Yeah, we're going to make a movie.
What do we...
I was gonna ask, so I randomly fell into it. What are they called when it's the same forwards as it is backwards in words?
Oh,
like race car?
yeah. It's like starts with a P, I think, or a palindrome. A palindrome.
Dang, dude.
I was gonna say pandemonium, but I was like, no.
Is what happens when you can't remember the name palindrome and it's driving your brain insane.
Palindrome. Why isn't palindrome a palindrome?
Right, it should be.
That's so annoying.
Do you know what the longest one? I don't know if it's the longest one anymore, but when I was in 6th grade, it was the longest one. A man,
Supercalifragilistic.
a canal, Panama.
Oh wait, yeah, I've heard of that
that's
before.
The longest one, and I think there's a new one that someone did. And I read it, and it was like a sentence that actually made sense. And then I went back and looked through, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is wild, but I don't remember it. Sorry. when I said you were the man, the plan, and then I said the
it just
canal.
kicked back in. Yeah.
Welcome to Jackson's ADHD podcast, where all I do is let my brain go. It's wild, and no one will listen because there's also loud music playing constantly.
Loud music.
All right, so yeah, I want to make a movie. Well,
what do we make?
I want to make either a movie or a series, and that's kind of dependent on what we decide. And by we, I mean you.
Is this like a exercise, a brain exercise?
Yes.
Making a movie?
Yes, kind of. So this is what we're gonna do. There are 7 things, 7 check marks. Right? So we're going to start with genre. Then we're going to go to time period, location.
Okay. All right.
Something needed, group or solo, dark secret, common enemy. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So these are things that I read online, like when people. So I read like 3 WikiHow articles because I thought they'd be funnier, but they weren't. It was people being serious, and I didn't like that. And so I found like kind of the common ones. So what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna have you do genre. I'll do time period.
We're gonna go back and forth.
Yeah,
okay.
Right? Does that make sense?
Okay.
For genre, what are you thinking? What sounds fun? Movie genres.
Let's see here. We'll do a comedy movie.
Comedy movie. Ooh, okay. All right, comedy. Time period.
Wait, but should we okay, wait. Should we leave it to last for each other to give away our things?
I don't know.
Because then we don't influence each other's decisions.
Ooh, smart.
Based off of
that would be fun.
Okay. So
you have
all you have to go off of is comedy.
You have genre, location, group or solo, common enemy.
Okay.
So for those people back home that now get to sit here and watch us think about it, and
we can skip ahead a little bit.
Cool. This is gonna be fun.
Here
you go first. Genre.
Okay, so it's a comedy.
Comedy. Cool. Okay, next would be time period. I put early 2000s.
Okay.
Like
cool.
Like literally 2001, 2005 ish.
Okay.
Location.
We're in New Zealand.
New Zealand? Ooh, I love this. This actually might work great.
New Zealand.
The something needed is concert tickets is what I put.
Oh, okay.
They need concert tickets.
Need for what they're doing in their movie.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Group or solo? It's going to be a group.
Okay.
I'm glad that worked out.
Cool. That's perfect. And then dark secret. I'm going to say to keep it broad because I don't know if the actors are going to be older or younger. I'm going to put divorce.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
divorce.
Okay.
Because after this, we're going to kind of break the movie down, yeah?
Common enemy. Wow, I don't know why that's hard.
Common
enemy.
enema.
Common enemy.
A common enema.
A group of cannibals trailing them.
Oh, good golly. Ooh, I think we might be able to actually.
So I imagine them going through the mountains of New Zealand.
I think this could
and
be
they've got
pretty solid.
They've got cannibals trailing them, and they're trying to get concert tickets.
I think the target audience is going to be PG-13, but the actors, and hear me out here, the actors are like early teens. Because if they're adults trying to get concert tickets, I don't think that would be realistic.
No. We're talking about like
they hop on a bus in New Zealand to get somewhere and it crashes.
It's like an Outer Banks situation.
Oof, good reference. I like this.
Which the 4th season just came out. Have you been watching?
So I've only seen the 1st and 2nd season all the way through. I haven't watched the 3rd season or the 4th season yet.
The 3rd is okay.
I really liked the first season. The first season,
yeah, the first season was great.
Hooked me.
Yeah,
hard.
Hooked everyone hard.
Hooked the world.
It did. Well, because also I think that was like around COVID time.
Oh yeah,
and everyone was just watching TV.
I mean, everyone watched Tiger King.
Yeah,
that's a really good metric to see like what was actually good. Turns out
everything was good.
Carol Baskin.
Carol Baskin.
We see ya. All right, so we're in the early 2000s. What should our group of friends, like what size should they be? How many people?
Yeah,
how many people?
Like, or how large are they?
They're New Zealandish? I don't know. New Zealander?
Maybe we're talking about like 6 of them.
6 of them.
Yeah.
Are we like mostly guys? Solid mix.
A good mix.
Cool. One of them has a weird.
One
of them has a weird nickname like face.
Yeah.
Or like hand, and because their real name is just
mouth
embarrassing.
From the Goonies, like mouth.
Yeah, or like booty hole from Enemies. not Enemies, Hunters. Booty hole and Cheeks. Like they call each other these nicknames that aren't their actual name.
Yeah.
So one of them's got to have an eccentric name. That's just
right, and then there has to be a couple that's divorced.
Oh no! So I was thinking
because of your dark secret.
I was thinking maybe, and follow me on this. Follow me down this rabbit hole. 2 of the people in this group are like brother and sister, maybe, and their parents are getting divorced, and the rest of the group is kind of like seeing the damage it's doing, and that's why they're trying to get these tickets.
Yeah,
like it's not that far fetched, right?
Yeah, it's got to be an important concert.
Don't you? Don't you have good friends that if you saw were bummed when you were a kid? And like you're like, man, you're going through something hard. Why don't you like come hang out? We'll go do something cool. Yeah. So it's kind of like that along that line, those lines.
Yeah.
I don't know how big New Zealand is. I've never been there. I'm sure they have a great concert venue, but I'm sure it's also for early teens an expensive thing to find and pay for. Who was really popular in the early 2000s that would go to New Zealand? It's got to be someone that's just
Hillary Duff.
Oh fuck
you know. Gotta be.
You said Hillary Duff.
Hillary Duff.
You said Hillary
Lindsay
Duff.
Lohan.
No.
I don't know.
Oh crap. All right, we'll get back to that. So this concert, this band or artist is very important to our 6 homies. We can call them the Goon Squad. That's what they call themselves. They're the Goon Squad. And they're together.
You're getting really close to the Gilbert Goons.
Oh no, we're not. No.
Goon Squad.
Oh, Goons. Okay, I actually stole that from my high school. There was a group of kids that all drove like fast cars, and they called themselves the Goon Squad.
Oh dear.
So I'm taking that.
Oh dear.
Sorry guys, I don't even remember your names. Yeah, I don't remember your names. It doesn't matter. I think one of your last names was Gonzalez. Your older sister was Brittany.
They're listening right now.
Yeah, probably. We have huge audience, obviously. So start of the movie, we meet the people. Maybe it's kind of like a little lighthearted, and when it shows a kid, like it pauses, freeze frames on him, and like shows their name real fast. You know what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like Scott shows up and he's like doing something Scott does, and it's like Scott.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And he's like frozen there doing something funny, and then it says Scott, or like goes to the other kid, and his nickname's like Feet or something weird. And it's like Feet, and then in parentheses it's like a really long, really hard pronounce name.
Yeah.
And then he's like, Toe Jam's pretty
AKA,
good.
yeah.
They call him TJ.
Yeah, there we
TJ
go.
Toe Jam, and his
There
real
we
name
go.
is Tojaman Stantka. That's just something ridiculous.
Yeah.
And maybe he's a little Russian. That'd be cool. So so they're all hanging out in their I don't know. I'm leaving that part to you. Like, do they have like a
bungalow?
Cool, maybe they built something.
They
Like in someone's backyard, they have like
Yeah.
a shed that they kind of redid.
yeah.
They call
They're
it
all living there together.
they call it the bungalow.
the
And they'll just hang out
bungalow.
there. So they're hanging out there. It's summer in New Zealand, I guess, where they don't have school. And the two homies that are brother and sister, I guess, show up and they're a little bummed. And they find out what's going on. And one of the other characters is like, yo, so-and-so's coming to town. We need to go see him. We need to find a way to make this happen. Maybe they come up with a plan to, like, go somewhere and work to make money doing something. I don't know. When you were a younger teen, did you ever get offered to, like, go do random chores and stuff for people to make money?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So maybe
Clean
something like
garbage cans.
So maybe they're
Mowed
like
lawns.
maybe there's like a summer camp that they're gonna go do, and the summer
Oh.
camp finishes up before I don't know, and the divorce is always lingering, and they're always kind of
And,
sad
yeah,
about it, and
yeah,
somehow
they're
it keeps coming
depressed.
up. Like dumb adults are like, "Hey, how are your parents?" And they're like, "Yeah, well," and I think the girl should be a little jaded, and be like, "Well, they're getting divorced, so they're not that good." I think it'd be
Oh.
funny.
Snap. But we're gonna go see Lindsay Lohan. So we gotta get. I don't know. I'm just
It's her stand up.
I'm
It's her
just
stand up. No one knew about it.
pulling random stuff. Miley Cyrus, maybe.
Oof, that's not a bad pull.
That would be
Hannah Montana back then.
Hannah
She
Montana.
was popular, my man. So okay,
Yeah.
Now let me ask you this: let's say night of the concert. This whole movie, the first part of this movie, 45 minutes, is them at summer camp. They're making enough money. They have enough money to buy tickets. They hop on the bus to get ready to go to the tickets. What happens next? Why are there cannibals?
Oh. Why are there? I mean, that's a great question. There should not be cannibals on the earth.
There are though.
They've just been living in the mountains.
They're just up in the
They've
mountains?
now discovered the bungalow that is near the
Ooh,
mountains.
Wow. Okay.
And so they're like humans. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Other like
okay.
meat.
Oh, good golly.
And
This just turned real quick.
and I
love
don't
it.
know how
I love it.
I don't know how it stays a comedy. But
No, I don't think. I think it should stay a
things
lighthearted
happen.
horror.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Okay.
Or no, you know what? Let's take away that 45 minutes of work at the beginning. Let's take that away. Let's say that go back. Their bungalow is not in their backyard. Let's say their bungalow is in the mountains. Like
It's a
after
bit of
school
a-
or whatever,
yeah.
they hike a mile or so
It's
and
a
they
bit
go
of a
to their
drive,
thing that
yeah.
they made.
It's a drive in their
Yeah,
Jeep, their
They-
old Jeep.
they're early teens. I don't think they can drive yet.
They
What's the rule? Hey guys,
okay, never
hey
mind.
chat.
They
How
can-
young can people drive in New Zealand? Comment below.
I like how you waited on an answer for a second. You gave it a
Maybe
pause.
I thought you were gonna be like,
I don't know.
no, it's cool.
Yeah, but yeah, okay,
Maybe-
never mind.
Maybe
They don't.
Maybe they ride their bikes.
They have bikes.
Yeah.
Or dirt bikes.
Ooh, yeah.
for
Maybe
that
they all
matter.
ride little pit bikes.
I'm
Like,
pulling way too much from Outer Banks right now because we
I-
just watched it.
Yeah, but I'm also like kind of pulling from Stranger Things. That's where I got the bikes idea. Like Will has
okay.
his fort in the forest.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, so like maybe they have this little thing out in the boonies or whatever in the middle of nowhere,
And the cannibals are after them.
Yeah,
and
and
they're trying to shoot little
Darts?
darts at them.
Yes.
From the trees.
so they head back to their bungalow after summer camp to count their cash. And they start hearing
Their
sounds.
cash.
And I think at this point, the cannibals need to be utterly terrifying looking, like right on that verge of this shouldn't be rated PG-13.
Yeah,
But
they're
like-
like almost naked.
Yeah, like gross, scary looking things. And let's say they only have 3 dirt bikes, so they all have to like bunch up because there's 6 of them, and they take off. And as
Mm.
they're going,
They have to
let's say
share.
TJ gets shot in the back with one of the darts,
Oh no!
and he goes limp and falls down.
And he's driving the dirt bike.
Oh no, he was just holding on to the back.
He
of
was
the
just
phone.
holding
You
on.
don't trust Toe Jam with the
Oh,
dirt bike
okay,
riding. No,
okay.
absolutely not. No, he can't use a clutch. Say he falls down, and they kind of go back, and they're like, "Oh crap, pick him up!" And like they're trying to run away with him. Then what? Because I think the next bit is them realizing they turned like into the forest, and they're going deeper and deeper as they're riding dirt bikes. They have no
Yeah.
idea. I think the rest of the movie is
They're just
like you
trying to get
said.
away. Yeah, they're just trying to get away, and then maybe like they spend a few nights in the jungle. They're trying to
Are
hide
they
away.
in the jungle now?
Yeah, they're in the
Is
jungle.
New Zealand a jungle?
I mean, it has jungle-like features. Yeah.
Really?
I mean, sure.
Okay, I believe you.
Do you know where New Zealand is?
I've never been there, and I've never looked at the topography of New
I've
Zealand.
never been there either, but like, have you seen Lord of the Rings?
I have too, but it doesn't
feel
look
like
jungly.
I feel like
It looks
you've
foresty.
seen Lord of the Rings.
I've seen all of
I mean,
them
there's
multiple
a
times.
lot of. I mean, there's a lot of different landscape.
That's fair. Okay,
We'll say it's not.
We'll say it's.
I think there
thick
is. I think there
treeage.
is jungle, but
I think you're right.
maybe for our sake, it's maybe a forest. We're in a forest,
Yeah, forest
and
of
they're trying to they're trying to hide away in the forest and get through to the concert. Okay.
Yeah.
And
No, I think that one
they're
of the
just
one of the
trying to
guys
survive.
the whole time is always like, man, what if we miss the concert? That's the thing on their mind, and they keep getting mad at him. Yeah, man, that'd be cool.
And they do. They make it.
Yeah, and they make it to the concert covered in just mud and dirt.
And then that's when the cannibals finally they show up, and they show up at the concert, and they get arrested naked.
No, I kind of like that idea though of like them chasing them into a town, and cannibals might not know a ton about it, like they're mountainish people.
Yeah,
and they're like, "What's going on?" And there's a cop that goes, "Hey, where are your clothes?" And he goes and runs and like attacks him.
he tries to
and then
and he
like
gets
4 of them
shot.
jump on him, eat the cop right in front of everyone on
dang.
camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, we watched.
wow.
Yeah, I told you it's gonna teeter that edge.
Yeah.
it's gonna be almost.
It's gonna teeter comedy and horror.
But I think they get to the concert and the cannibals are just taken care of because they like walk into the concert exhausted and then get re-energized by Hilary Duff and or Lindsay Lohan and or Miley Cyrus. I like our movie.
All at the same time.
No, what's it called? Oh crap!
It's
I just
called
thought of something really good. And
what?
It's not. It doesn't quite fit unless instead of a concert they were going to college. It could be called Cannibal Lecture. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that's.
Oh dang it!
Yeah, that's
so dumb.
We really missed the mark.
Oh, that was the dumbest thing I think I've ever said in my life. Cannibal Lecture. Oh, I love it so much. That was really funny. I don't know what the name.
We
should
could change.
be called.
We could change it to college. Yeah.
No, we don't need. I like everything else. We don't change it to college. I don't think of the name. You know what? Chat below, comment what you think should be called. And those of you that listen, Brittany and Andrew, actually tell us what you think our weird movie should be called.
Tell us if you have been bored this whole time or not.
Yeah, no, tell us that because it's very possible that was boring for you. I was excited.
I have another question for you.
All right, let's go.
What is the best? Well, let's see. Either the best or just landed the best practical joke and or prank that you've pulled on your wife.
Pulled on my wife?
Yeah.
I scare her constantly.
Oh, just all the time.
Mm-hmm. It's funny.
Is there
She
one
screams
that
like a
stands
man.
out that you just love to look back on?
Maybe.
Have you ever painted your face black and just gone into the darkness?
No, I have kids now, and I'm scared that would terrify them. My kids actually think it's hilarious
Those
to get
videos
scared.
are
They
so
scream
funny.
and laugh really hard. There was one when we were in Mexico last year. Michaela had just gotten out of the shower. She was nude, and
That's so weird.
I
showered
didn't.
clothed.
Here's the thing: I
so-
didn't know she was not in like a robe or a towel yet. And I love to record when I scare her. And I like go around the corner and I go, oh, like I like yell to scare her, but also try to like bring it back because I didn't know she was naked. And she went, "Wah!" like completely naked. And I'm like, oh no. But that one sticks in my head. Really well. My best practical joke I've ever done was while I was serving my mission on a poor little missionary that I was training.
Oh no.
There was this
What did you
super rad family. The Washingtons, shout out if you're listening, probably not. Ryan Washington, great dude, amazing guy. He's in one of the branches of the military at some point. Ended up starting his own business where places that have high security clearance could hire him to see if he could obtain information, like as a security security step, right?
Wow.
And he would tell us all these wild stories.
What a
He was
man.
really funny. And he had 4 kids, all under the age of, at the time, I think 14. And they were all also hilarious. Him and his wife were just great parents. Loved them. He'd wear shorts to church. He had a big old Iron Maiden tattoo on his calf. It was awesome.
Heck yeah.
And I talked to them. I'm like, hey, I have this brand new missionary right here, ready to go, right? And
so they helped you pull a prank.
Yeah, I was like, I want to knock on your door and not know you, and then I leave the creative ideas to you guys from that point. Like, I just want to prank him. And we're sitting there, and we knock on one door, and their door is next. The person didn't answer. It was in Virginia at like 1 p.m. and no one was home. And so we go to the next house, and I have him knock. I'm like, hey, dude, you got this? Like you know what it's like. It's one of those things where it's like, if you don't just do it, you just don't learn. And so I was like, hey man, we practice. You got it. Just knock on the door and just ask if there's anything that we can help with, right? And knock on the door, and their youngest answers. And this poor kid, he goes, hi, is one of your parents home? And the kid just looks at him and goes, Dad, yells. And then the next oldest kid comes and just stares. And then he goes, is your dad home? And he just goes, Dad. And then the next oldest kid comes. Does the exact same thing.
And they planned this. They planned the whole thing.
Stares directly at this kid, this poor new missionary. And I'm behind him trying.
And you're just trying
to. They set up a camera too. I have footage of this whole thing. Yeah,
that's phenomenal.
And then the last kid, they had 4 in the last one, goes, Dad. And you just hear this, his name's Ryan Washington, just yell, what? Like in the angriest tone I've ever heard. And on camera, you can see that poor little missionary go, like terrified. And I'm just sitting there looking.
Regrets everything.
The way their house was, like right at the front door, you walk in just to the right with stairs up, and you could see the upstairs, like kind of like
little
a loft,
landing
but
thing.
But instead of a loft, it's just like a hallway without a wall that you could see, just railings, right?
Yeah.
And he opens the door and he goes, you've got to be kidding me. And he walks down and he looks at this new missionary in the hand and he goes, I can't believe that you're here. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you so much for coming. and like this missionary turns around, looks at me, grabs his book bag and smacks me with it. And I'm like, I deserve that. But it was the best planned out prank I think I've ever pulled. I get nervous with pranks.
That is pretty planned.
I don't know how people are always going to respond, you know?
Yeah, it's true.
What about you?
And
what have you done?
Sometimes you can't really like deal with the guilt for too long. Of like, you know,
how bad are your pranks, man?
No, not bad. Just like
that's fair.
Just like mentally, you're like you just feel bad about like what you done, and you don't know how long you can like stay in the joke without being like I'm just joking. This is just a joke. It wasn't really a prank. But it's one that I think landed the best in my marriage so far, and it was
a
when
lot of time, my man.
I know there's a lot of time left. Britt, little slight context for you.
Yeah,
I have always used to get my jeans from American Eagle, and I have since stopped because they're poor quality.
Weirdly,
you do it as well.
No, you've asked me. Because
I have.
Yeah. You asked me
We've
where I
talked
get my
about
jeans,
this.
and I said, I believe, well, I'm a teenage boy, and I still buy my jeans from Tilly's because I'm wearing rescue jeans literally right now.
I hope they're good quality because American Eagle
quality.
Jeans are poor quality and they just wear out.
Yeah, that's what you told me.
Really quickly. So because I just don't buy them there, and so Britt at one point her jeans they like wore out and they got a hole in them, and I was like teasing her that they were American Eagle. I'm like, yeah, I bet they're American Eagle, aren't they? She's like, well, no, actually they're Old Navy. I'm like, no, they're not. They've got to be American Eagle. And so she had like this has happened during work, and so she came home and changed and went back to work, and so the jeans were just here, and so I got home before she did, and as just a stupid, like it's so stupid, as just like a dumb joke, I got a Sharpie and I went to the jeans and I just wrote American Eagle. And
stop it right
like
now.
Where,
that's hilarious.
Like where it would be on.
No, that is a really good joke.
and then I just folded them back how she had them and left them there. And later when she got home, we had like the night and everything, and then we were like getting ready for bed at one point and brushing our teeth, and our closet's right next to our bathroom, and I was like, so like did you check like your jeans, like
You were trying
like
to get
they're
her to see.
I
Awesome.
I was
Amazing.
like they're American Eagle, aren't they? And she went to show me, and she opens it up and just sees that I had written American Eagle in Sharpie. And it was the dumbest thing, but
Disagree. I
but
think that's hilarious.
I was so proud, and it landed so perfectly. She was like busting up laughing. It was like genuinely hilarious. And she had put it on her close friend's story. I don't know if you saw it, but it was very fun.
I don't think I saw it back then. I don't know if I was on Close Friends Story yet. I don't
Maybe not.
I don't think I had reached that. Because
Maybe
remember,
not.
we're just
It wasn't-
friends because our wives
It wasn't
know
terribly
each other.
long ago,
That's
but
fair.
but it was good.
think that's hilarious.
It was very fun. Yeah,
That's very good.
it was very fun.
Yeah, I scare Michaela a lot. I don't do a lot of things. The other night I was laying down, I was talking to Michaela and I was holding my soda. I just had it in a can like above me, but I had like turned it, so I was holding it like this for some reason, and like the can was coming down. And I don't know what I did, but I just like was talking and I just tilted it and I spilt on myself and I saw it falling. And I'm like, oh no. And I went to catch it and I did another one and it went psh, psh, and Michaela just like Peter Pants. She just thought it was the stupidest, funniest thing. And she's like, what did you do? I'm like, honestly, I have no idea. My brain decided you're not going to work right now. And she just thought it was so funny. She literally peed her pants and had to go change it.
Wow.
Yeah, she pees her pants a lot.
Dang.
It's a conversation we have regularly about diapers and
It
stuff.
just we're trying to get her in.
Oh yeah, we're
those
trying
diapers,
to get
but-
this figured out for her. Oh man, yeah, dude.
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Well, friends, this is where we need to end, just due to time constraints. But we're happy you stuck with us.
Thank you.
All
friends.
3 cameras here.
You.
We need to get used to this.
Yeah, it's weird. I keep like I don't know who
There's
to look
a lot.
at.
There's a lot in here. But come back next time. Maybe next week, hopefully. But next time for sure.
Super hoping for next week.
And we're gonna try to put more short form content out there to give you a little taste for what we have going on.
We have so much going on. We are your friend's husband.
So much.
I'm Jackson.
And I'm Scott.
Yep. Say hi to someone today.
Say hi to a stranger.
Say hi to a stranger.
Goodbye.